Hey guys, it's Destiny, and today we're going to be showcasing Robin with Blade, and the content I'll be sharing is from the Creator Experience server. As one quick disclaimer, the content I'll be sharing is not fully indicative of the final product, so there may or may not be changes before the server update. Now, before we get into today's showcase though, let me know who you are most excited for from version 2.2 and 2.3. Lastly, if you do enjoy videos like these, do make sure to subscribe, also hit the like button, and now let's get straight into it. So for our team for today's showcase, we are going to have Luocha as our sustain, Bronya, and then we are going to of course have Robin, and then Blade. We're just gonna start off using Blade's technique just so we could deal a bit of damage going into this wave here. Robin is gonna get attacked, but she did not get imprisoned, thankfully. So what we're gonna do just right away is use Robin's skill here. And what's really nice about Robin is that even if she's slower than your DPS and your supportive characters, you are going to be able to take advantage of her trace where she advances herself forward by 25%. And why this is really nice is that she's able to use her skill more than likely before your other characters act. So everyone's going to just be able to take advantage of this 50% damage, which is just really strong. Now with Luocha, we're just gonna basic attack. With Blade, we are going to use his enhanced basic attack, and we're just gonna focus on the robot over here because he's just really annoying to deal with if you do not break his toughness meter as fast as you can. So we're just gonna keep focusing on the robot. We are gonna get hit here, and we are actually gonna get off a follow-up attack. And Robin's ultimate is now ready, which is really nice. With Blade, we're just going to use the ultimate here. Now the turbulence is going to kick in. Luocha is going to heal us. And now with Robin, we could just basic attack since Robin's ultimate's already full. With Luocha, we're just going to basic attack. And then with Blade, I can focus now on the lady since the robot got broken. And now with Bronya, we are able to use her ultimate. And then right after Blade attacks, I'm immediately going to be using Robin's ultimate just so we can advance forward the entire team. And the way that I did my speed tuning for my team is so that basically Luocha would go first if I did need a skill point, and then it would be Blade and then Bronya. So we got off our follow-up there, and I'm just going to attack right here. And now Bronya is going to advance us forward, and we're just going to finish off the guy right here. So now we're on to the next wave, and we're just going to use our ultimates just because of the fact that they are ready, and we can also wither down Yangqing's toughness meter a little bit here. And then we did get the additional healing right there. Our Bis flower field is ready. So now what we're going to do is just, let's see, we could just basic attack. And now we are going to deal a follow-up and break a bunch of the swords, advance forward Blade once again. And now we're just going to be able to get rid of all the swords. There we go. The turbulence is also going to kick in. And now with Robin, we can use her skill. Hopefully Robin gets hit here. Okay, she did, which is really nice. Robin got hit again, which is honestly really good. That's honestly what I was hoping for. So now with Luocha, we could just basic attack here. With Blade, we're just going to do the same thing as before. Just get his enhanced basic attacks ready. And we're just going to have to deal as much damage as we can here. Luocha is going to heal us. So what I'm going to do is actually use Blade's ultimate because now we're going to go down in health, which means we're going to get up another follow-up attack. And then what we could do is advance forward Blade once again. And right after Blade goes, we are going to now use Robin's ultimate, and I can actually use Luocha's ultimate right here, just so we can try to break Yangqing as fast as we can. And we might be good potentially for a 0 cycle. I think we might actually be able to do it. Okay, break with Blade. Oh my god, Blade, are you going to do enough damage? No, we were so close. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that definitely could have been a 0 for sure. But it's honestly fine. No, my blade got frozen. My blade got frozen. Now Yangqing is just straight up cheating at this point. This is so mean. Well, I'm going to unfreeze myself and then literally kill you. Maybe that was a little more accurate. I don't know, but that definitely could have been a 0 cycle if we just had a little bit more damage or if we actually had a follow-up at the end there. But it's really cool to see that that was basically like a wombo combo team because you're just able to advance forward Blade so many times. He's just able to get so many follow-ups as a result, and it's just so fun to play that team. So let me just show you guys my builds real quick. And for Bronya, she is at 134 speed and she has a good amount of crit damage. She has energy regeneration regeneration rope, as well as her signature light cone just to help with energy regeneration. Of course, though, if you do not have her signature light cone, you could also use alternative harmony light cones. You could actually use the planetary light cone because you are using Bronya alongside Blade, and Bronya, of course, is another wind character. You could also potentially use past and future. With the harmony light cones, you definitely have a good amount of options, and a really nice option for majority of harmony characters is meshing cogs, since you are able to get a little bit more energy, especially if you do get hit. So those would just be general recommendations if you are going to be using Bronya alongside Blade. And then for the traces, they are maxed out. For the relics, we have 2-piece messenger and 2-piece musketeer and 2-piece Penacony. The reason why I have the messenger pieces is just to try to ensure that I have the 134 speed. And for Eidolons, this Bronya is E0, as you guys can see. As for the Blade, here is the Blade build. He has a good amount of HP for sure. He has a decent amount of crit rate, a decent amount of crit damage. And what's really nice is with Robin and Bronya as well, they definitely help with how much crit damage Blade will actually be able to have in battle. Blade has a decent amount of effect resistance, which is just nice for being able to resist debuffs that may come your way. And then he is holding a signature light cone, but if you do not have this light cone, you could of course use a secret vow. That's a pretty nice light cone on Blade. For the traces, they are of course maxed out. For Blade, he does have the 4-piece Longevous set and the inert Salcedo set. And then for Eidolons, this is an E0 Blade. And now when we look at Robin here, she has a good amount of attack, a good amount of speed, and then here just her general stats. She does have energy regeneration rope just to of course help with getting that ultimate sooner. She does have her signature light cone here. Here are all the traces. They are maxed out. For the relics, we have 2-piece Musketeer, 2-piece Prisoner, and 2-piece Broken Keel, just so that we're able to give even more crit damage to our main DPS on the team. And then the 2-piece Musketeer and 2-piece Prisoner set is just really nice for giving Robin additional attack. And of course, this Robin is E0. And for alternative light cones, you could potentially use on Robin. You could consider an alternative like meshing cogs, as well as the new 4-star light cone that recently came out. That light cone is also pretty good on Robin as well. So there are multiple options you could use instead of her signature light cone, but I will say it might be a little tougher to get her ultimate. Let's say hypothetically, after you use it in the first wave and then you go into the next wave, it might be pretty tough to honestly get that ultimate just ready to go. So you might end up getting that ultimate going into the next cycle instead. It just ultimately just comes down to your characters basically being a battery for Robin, which I've definitely learned that after playing her now for a few comps. You're definitely gonna want your teammates to have some form of frequency while attacking to regenerate energy, just because of the fact that she does have a really high energy cost. And lastly, we do have Luocha. Luocha has a good amount of attack, a good amount of speed. I did want him faster, but of course, if you run a slower Luocha, this is perfectly fine as well. For his light cone, this is the light cone I am using. I'm mainly using this light cone so we could actually get some more energy onto our characters. So this is going to be a really nice way to battery some of our character ultimates, especially when it is Luocha's turn. And then for the traces, they are maxed out as well. For the relics, I am using the 4-piece Passerby set and the Space Ceiling set. The reason why I have Passerby is just so we have more outgoing healing. And I also like using Passerby on my Abundance characters, especially on teams that could potentially be skill points heavy depending on who you are using. When I'm using Bronya, and of course it is not an E1 Bronya, sometimes I am a little wary of my skill point consumption. So having the additional skill points at the beginning of battle can definitely help. But of course, when it comes to Luocha in general, he's just really good at regenerating skill points for the team, which can just be really beneficial for a team like this, where Blade is basically not regenerating any skill points. Bronya, of course, is not regenerating any because she is using her skill points. And then you have Robin, who will use her skill, and then she won't really be able to act much again after she uses her ultimate. So you have to have some form of regeneration, or skill point regeneration rather. So this is where Luocha just comes in really nicely. And of course, this is an E0 Luocha. And overall, this team, in my opinion, performed pretty nicely. I know we definitely could have gotten that 0 cycle though, but it's perfectly fine. Sometimes you just are really, really close. I feel like honestly, one more additional follow-up probably would have done it. Maybe, not too sure, but it's honestly fine. I do think it's funny that Yangqing literally froze us though, and then Blade was like, okay, I'm unfrozen now and I'm literally going to kill you for doing that. So overall though, this team was super fun. I could see this team definitely getting stronger, especially if you have a good amount of investment into your characters. For alternative sustains, you could also use alternative characters in Luocha. You just do have to keep in mind though, that skill point consumption. If you are able to handle it with a team like this, then feel free to, of course, use some of the other sustaining characters that only have to use a skill here and there rather than a frequency of skills. But yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think so far about Robin, and also are there any teams you guys would like me to showcase? I do have a few more in mind that I will be showcasing very soon, but I'd love to know if you guys have any suggestions. I had a lot of fun with this team because I had a really strong feeling that Robin and Bronya would be a pretty nice combination as long as your main DPS was hypothetically 1 speed or 2 speed faster than Bronya, so that you're able to allow your main DPS to just go so many times within cycles. Robin advancing everyone forward at the end of the cycle is also really, really nice. And it just comes down to honestly like figuring out the speed tuning of your team to make these two characters really shine together. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, do make sure to subscribe, leave a like, support the video, and I hope to see you all next time. Peace.